Welcome back to Pips-N-Chits. Today I will be unboxing D6 from Certifiable Studios, and the reason why this is on the floor, believe it or not, is this box is huge. I just got it today and I can't believe how big it is. It's so big I couldn't even fit it under my document camera that's sitting on my table. So the best I could do was put this on the ground and kind of shoot it from there just to show you the packaging here. It comes in a really nice slip box, and I'll go ahead. I just wanted to show you this beforehand, but I'll go ahead and take the cellophane off, and then we'll go ahead and just open up these one at a time. It Takes a Village and the core game by itself, and something I could put better under my document camera. But for that, I just wanted to show you the size of this thing, and it's pretty heavy. And I'll give Certifiable Studios a really good shout out in the sense that they packed this really good. I was really impressed with the internal packaging of the box. It had really nice cardboard buffers on both ends and fit really snug in the box. I could see it'd be kind of hard to damage it unless it was intentional. But with that being said, let me go ahead and readjust the camera and pull these out one at a time. All right, I have this big core box here up on the table, and as you can see, it's D6. That stands for Dungeons, Dudes, Dames, Danger, Dice, and Dragons. It is for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. And even though Certifiable Studios says it is a light fantasy game, Board Game Geek right now has it at a weight of kind of an intermediate. So not necessarily for your beginner, but I got this primarily because it was solo and it was a great value for $99. I'm actually really surprised how much content came in this box. And for those that want to know, the designer is Anthony Coffey and Jesse Lab. I hope I pronounced their names correctly. And I've never had a game from Certifiable Studios. Currently, right now on Board Game Geek, it's ranking in with a score of 8.2, so that's very favorable. But anyway, let's get right to the back of this. And wow, look at how big this is. And I'll tell you, it's very heavy, so I suspect there's a lot of cardboard in here. Okay, so we have hunting monsters, collecting bounties, and gain glory. There's a whole bunch of components here. I don't know if I will read that off to you. I don't think I will. It says it also includes a hardback player's manual with rule book and with 100 GM events. Again, 1 to 4 players, 14 and up, and minutes 110 plus. My play style will probably be a little bit longer. We have some pictures of some minis and some environments. Definitely a lot of cardboard, but let's get right into it here. Okay, so let's take this box. A really neat artwork. It's kind of got that chibi style artwork. And wow, okay, oops, we got some cardboard right off the bat here. It looks like some standees that you have to assemble. Two-sided standees and some tokens here. So it looks like some blueprints and some D12 stats in different colors. Maybe it has something to do with the players. Some familiars, maybe. I'm not quite sure what that is, but definitely some things that we'll put together, kind of punch out and assemble. Here is sheet number 2. We have a lot of different standees here in different colors. We have green and purple and kind of a teal color and red color and some white. Also double-sided, really neat artwork, art style on this. Pretty decent thick cardboard. I like how on these standees too. What I think is very impressive right now is they left some space actually for the standees. How many times do you get a game where the standee actually goes into the stand and covers up some of the artwork? Well, here they obviously kind of compensated for that and left some spaces here for the actual plastic stands. Okay. So we have a gel pack just for humidity here. We have some terrain pieces. We have, it looks like a runes, really nice chain. It's not cheap plastic either. It's pretty nice. These are thick environment walls here for this. That's pretty nice. There appears to be 4 of those. We have like a little graveyard here on a hill with some gravestones with some really cool detail. This would probably be neat with some washes on it, I imagine. Oh, there's even a little skull right in there. Okay, what else do we have? We have a hilltop with a fence or some rolling hills with fences in this orange color. There's some little shrubbery kind of mixed in. What's don't know if it picks up on camera or not, but even there's some really nice detail even within the fence. There's some grooves, some wooden, what do you call that, grain in the fence there. So that came out pretty nice. Let's see, we have a kind of a green rolling hill here. It's another environment piece. And we have some trees, really nice conifer or like kind of like pine trees, Christmas trees. You can see right there. I think we have our what amounts to as our player pawns. Don't know what the classes are, but we have this green looking branch sticking out of the ground, kind of a vine. That's really nice. We have this really nice detailed, kind of this teal color. It looks like a backpack with a sword and a canteen and a bedroll. Really nice. Boy, this is going to be kind of fun to paint. I don't even know if I want to paint these actually. These might be just good as they are. We have an axe right here. Again, very nice. A lot of detail. I mean, even though it's buried in a stump here, and you see coins coming out of an open bag. We have another bag here. Just the amount of detail around the base. I'm really impressed with these for a lot of miniatures for the costume for this game. I'm really impressed with the production value. And speaking of production value, look at the really nice like vacuum pack that they put everything in. Finally, we have this teal, or not teal, but kind of a purple, clouds or mist with bottles all around it, some scrolls, kind of, holding this, I would imagine, this magical book up in the air with a little crest on it or some, oh my gosh, the detail here. Just the pages, you can see actual grain marks for the pages and an actual bookmark up there. Really impressive. Wow. Okay, we have a huge book here and hardcover here. Nice interior map. Wow. I don't want to spoil it. I kind of just go through, so let's see, table of contents. We've got the world, the intro to GM events, how to make your own, character description, some fiction, and looks like rules. Wow, rules actually start on page 136. That's pretty incredible here. So we have all these different encounters, really nice artwork, and boy, just a really beautiful book. I imagine these are different events or different things that you're going to come across in the land. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on here because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Move the book aside, just really nice hardbound book, player's manual right there, very nice. All right, we have a board here, the Hyde Collection Monster Board. It's recessed. We have a bunch of different colors here. We have different monsters with different values, D8 values here and not quite sure what that all means, but again, very nice. Nicely done. We have a sheet, the Hyde Collection Board, again, recessed. We have things that looks like cubes could be put in here. Some recesses for heroic benefits, and we have a section here that says co-op mode only, 9 and 10. Companion barrier, looks like we have like a little jail cell here that we might put somebody in. There's actually, you could fit a token of some sort in there. This is the other side of that, the Hyde Collection Board. Okay, moving on in, we have, this is, I believe, the actual game board itself. And let's flip this open. So it's, two-sided. Okay, so one side here, I think this is the game board, the traditional game board. We have our different territories, and you have arrows pointing to and from how your traveler or how your character can move in between. We have something here, looks like a dial of some sort that has got a little hole in it, so I imagine we rotate things. A lot of nice little lore on here. As the legend goes, 7 brave souls entered the Dread River to find a lost child. They were never seen again. The child is said to be doomed to roam the swamp forever in the Dread River swamp. And I won't read all that, just kind of move through this, but on the back side, we have a village and more blueprints, and it's started numbered 1, the harbor, to the field of violence. We have the rusted hill wasteland, and again, we have arrows pointing to different things. We have the den of Hearness, the swamp of the damned. Looks like we have some kind of bonus or points of interest on here. Really nice. Digging this. Okay. We have a lot of different dice. So we have 6 dice here in a blue color. It says the hero dice. Oh, it's even embossed on here, which is really nice. So we have some polyhedral dice, 6 for the hero. We have 6 for the enemy. We have some wooden tiles that look very similar to Scrabble tiles, with numbers on both sides of them. So we have 5s and 6s in this one, and 3s and 4s in this one, and this is labeled your stats tiles. Then we have this little dial here. I assume that fits. There's a little hole right there, so I'm assuming somehow there's going to be, it fits right in here, and it's going to turn throughout the game. It's numbered 1 through 6 around here, so that'll rotate somehow. Okay, moving on, we have a bunch of individual markers, 3 for each color. I imagine these are special tokens or special kind of stat characteristics or unlocks for your 4 main characters. We have them in those 4 colors, and the same with some potions here. Same there. Let's see if there's anything underneath. Okay, wow, a whole second section here. So let's move this gel pack out of the side. We have a really nice bag that's got some silk screening on it. Pretty durable looking bag. We have all these tokens. We have a huge bag of tokens. I don't know if these are plastic or wood. Well, it looks like they're wood, painted wood with stickers on them. And these are, says enemy down here. So I imagine you'd be perhaps drawing these out of this bag here and populating enemies. They're all in different colors. We have a section here that says heroes. Let's see what we have here. These, I believe, are your player boards. Yep, 4 of them for the 4 different colors. We have teal as the explorer. We have purple as the mesmerist, red as the slayer, and green as the woodling. 2-sided, but again, all embossed here. We have some places for our skill markers that looks like, if I can just take a guess, I would assume that these markers here kind of fit up in that space. That's about the right size for them. And again, those tiles, those wooden tiles I just showed you would fit in your stats column here. You put your character card in here during your turn. Pretty nice. You got a list of things you can do, actions and how you would rest. We have a cash cube down here. Actions, looks like health possibly up here. It's got a little broken heart symbol. But anyway, we've got 4 of those, as I stated. And let's see. Oh, wow. We have coins. And they feel like they are metal coins. I can't tell. I think they might be plastic, but yeah, maybe plastic, but I don't know how to describe them. They feel like they might be somewhere between plastic and metal. I'd have to take a closer look at those, but they've got a really nice shiny paint job on them. So that I assume is your gold. And we have tokens. Imagine the health markers here. We have hearts broken or hearts on one side and +1 with a sword on the other side. We have a handful of those in this bag. And again, that's kind of marked right here. We have some plastic traditional cubes, acrylic. We have 4 green ones and 1 red. I'm not sure what those are. We have a slot here for characters. We have a bunch of different cards. We have advantage cards. I won't go through all those right now. I actually don't want to spoil them. I think I might not open these up right now in case they're spoilers. I don't know enough about the game for you guys to let you know one way or the other. We have a huge deck of cards. Look at this. Oh, there's a ton of cards here, and these are alliance cards. We also have a deck of bounty cards. Again, that looks like there's probably like 50 or 60 cards just in that. So there's like, if that's 50 or 60, this has got to be over 100 cards, maybe like 120 cards in both this alliance deck alone and this advantage deck. So there's the bounty deck. We have our bounty boards. There's 4 bounty boards, maybe 1 for each player, I'm assuming. And gosh, we have even more spaces for, looks like, oh, you know what? These are in the shape of the standees, those cardboard standees that we saw earlier. Maybe once you assemble them, you can put them back in this box right here, fully assembled, so you don't have to keep taking them apart. That's pretty nice. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to lift this out. I don't know if there's anything underneath. Nope, doesn't look like it, just an empty box. But still, that's quite a bit. And that's just the core box. So let me go ahead and pause this, and I'll be right back with the second box, the expansion box, and we'll let you guys take a quick look at that. Oh, and before I go ahead and move on to that second box, I just found the little bag of standees. Somehow that must have slipped me when I was pulling something else out. I didn't see that, but I just want to show you we have a bag of 8 different standees in here too. So now we'll go ahead and move on to the next box. All right, here it is. It takes a village. It's the expansion, the D6. This is the second large box that was in that slip case here. So let's go ahead and turn it over and read a little bit of what we have here. It says, grow your village with this expansion to D6. Now you can have 3 more classes to choose from. Do you need a card? Draw it from one of the 3 handy-dandy card cards. Did you slay a monster? Collect your 2 coins from the village coin tray. Want to raise your stats? Now you can drink from the actual fountain of you. A glorious hunter deserves a glorious village. So we have 3 more classes here, some additional environment minis, some duplicates that we saw in the core box, but now we have these cardboard trays that we're going to go ahead and build. 3 new, in addition to these 3 classes here, of course, the cards and the additional card class boards. So let's go ahead and open this now up. Oh, and before I get to show you this, I wanted to point out something here. I think I missed it on the first part of the video here. Certifiable does a really nice job of showing you here. Here's step 4, 5, and 6. So there must be step 1, 2, and 3 possibly on the other side. But how you box up your stuff when you're done. So how your minis fit back in. I wish more game studios did this. I don't think it's that much of a stretch, and it really helps organize things. But anyway, so what do we have here? We have 4 pieces to the bounty card cart and 4 pieces to the heroic quest cart. You'll go ahead and punch out and assemble those. It's double-sided. And then we have the advantage card cart here. And looks like part of the, I can imagine the part of the fountain of you. We have some more standees. We have some kind of like in a pinkish color here, and some kind of in this brownish color, and some more tokens down here as well. Also double-sided. And then finally here we have some, looks like some castles here, some more standees. Here's the base of the Fountain of You. So you've got the actual base right here and the 4 sides. And for your coin tray, the same thing. You have a base and the 4 sides that you'll go ahead and punch out and assemble. And now into the form box. So here's our 16 environment minis here, some duplicates that we've already saw in the core box. Looks like we have 8 more dungeons, 2 more forests, 2 more rolling hills, 2 more graveyards, and 2 hills with the fences on them. As far as our character classes go, here we have this like pink bard, really nice loot here, some nice little cute little rat on the top here. And again, I'm just really amazed at the details. You see the scrolling patterns here in the actual scrolls. We have some tufts of grass down here that these bags are resting on. This has got to be for the bard, I assume. Next up, we have this brown moon, and it looks like it's floating or sitting on some swirling gases or vapor or fog or something. This has got to be for the werewolf class, but there's that. And then finally, this white color, I assume, is for the cleric. We have some angelic wings on the back. We have kind of this reverent podium, this halo effect right here with some nice regal adornments coming off of it and these flowing robes. That would be really, this might be actually kind of cool to paint with. Can you imagine this with some nice, really gold shiny paint on this, and maybe some red flowing robes or purple robes, and then using Citadel's white contrast paint. That might actually look pretty darn cool. All right, so we'll lift out this this top portion here and see what we have. Okay, we have some wells here, some recessed wells with some cutouts. I imagine that is for those carts that we would build earlier. Once we assemble them, they must be able to fit in such a way that they could go into these recesses here and not get damaged. Same with this one. Here is our 3 new player boards. Here is the cleric, the werewolf, and the bard. And of course, just like the others, they're double-sided and recessed to hold your markers and stuff and your tiles and whatnot. Okay, we have a well here that says for heroes. Not quite sure what that actually is, but anyway, that's probably for the standees, I guess. And then speaking of standees, we have another bag of 8 plastic standees. And we have the requisite tokens or miniatures for the potions and some of the stat markers, if you will, those skill markers in the 3 same colors as the miniatures. And it looks like here's our players here, or our player cards. So we'll just kind of open it up, and so you get a look at what the chibi style looks like. So looks like, I don't know, are these our clerics right here? Nope, that's got to be a cleric. They've got the wings on them. Maybe you can choose who you are. I'm not quite sure how this works yet. Someone playing a musical instrument, so I assume maybe that's a bard. And a lute, so maybe another bard, maybe a bard or a cleric with the wings. And we have someone here with this really long-looking guitar or mandolin of some sorts there. But anyway, see, there's some stuff on the back here, natural D4. Don't exactly know what these mean because I haven't read the rules yet. But anyway, there you go. There's just an idea of what some of the character cards might look like. And down here we have a well. It says characters and curses. So anyway, that is a look at D6, both the core box and the expansion. And speaking of the Kickstarter here, I had gotten, and if you're wondering what this was actually the second tier. I believe the first tier was only the core box. The second tier was the core box and this expansion. And there was one more tier. I don't really know if you can consider it a tier, but it was basically For a little bit extra, you could get some more polyhedral dice and a bunch of more standees for different characters. I opted not to do that. I guess they would have fit easily in these boxes here, but there's so much here as it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this boxing or unboxing of D6. I'm Jason with Pips-N-Chits. Go ahead, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'm really excited to get this to the table. I'll probably be spending the next couple of days reading that beautiful manual I showed you earlier and just kind of learning about it. And hopefully I get to play this solo very soon. But for now, again, I'm Jason, and I hope to see you next time.